Good afternoon, dear students. Today we are starting with the gastric motility. So first we should know different parts of the stomach. There are mainly two parts, proximal part and distal part. Proximal part act as a reservoir because of its property of receptive relaxation. As soon as the food enters in the stomach, it stored in the proximal part. So, and accommodate large volume of food around 2 to 4 liters without much increase in the intragastric pressure because of its tonic contraction pushes food towards the antrum and later it pushes the food stored accommodate the light size because of the tonic contractions. This part become relaxed and relaxed receptive part. Other one is a distal part. Distal stomach act as a pump for its property of phagic contractions. As there are phagic contractions, it mixes the food with the gastric secretions, saliva, grinds and break down the food into the smaller particles and convert the food into chyme. And also regulate emptying of the food into the small intestine through the gastroduodenal junction. Gastroduodenal junction से इस तरह फूड आगे बढ़ रहा है उसको रेगुलेट करता है. There are two parts, proximal part, distal part. Distal part we have seen this is a distal part. Stomach wall. There are normal all general component present in the wall. में भी present होते हैं. The circular muscle layer of the muscularis externa is more prominent than longitudinal layer. In general, muscularis externa in fundus and body is thin, and in antrum and pylorus is considerably thick. Thickness of the muscularis externa increase the body towards the pylorus. The highly developed muscle cord antrum work as an effective pump. So these are the layer of the stomach. Then gastroduodenal junction. It's a junction between stomach and duodenum. Pylorus separates the antrum and duodenum. There is a sphincter in the pylorus consisting of the pyloric sphincters. What is the function? It allows the gastric content to enter in the duodenum at a slow and controlled rate, and to prevent the regurgitation of the duodenal content back into the stomach. There are two main functions of the pyloric sphincter. Then there is some specific properties of the gastroduodenal mucosa. Gastric mucosa, duodenum की mucosa की कुछ specific property है. If there is a incontinence or incompetent pyloric sphincter, then what will happen? Regurgitation of the duodenal content into the stomach, which contain bile acids, which results in the gastric ulcer. On the other hand, if rapid emptying of the gastric contents, then the acidic chyme will go faster in the duodenum and promptly causes the duodenal ulcer. They are the main cause of the duodenal and gastric ulcers. Normally, as soon as the acidic chyme from the stomach enters the duodenum, the acidic pH stimulates release of the secretin from the ash cell of the duodenum and just wait, please. We are making a therefore immediately the acidic chyme is neutralized by the aqueous component of the pancreatic juice. When the gastric emptying is faster or secretion of gastric juice is less, then the possibility of duodenal ulcer is more. As we have seen the reason why there is a gastric ulcer and why there is a duodenal ulcer. And the supply of the pyloric part is mainly by the sympathetic part, which causes constriction of the pyloric sphincters, and parasympathetic part, which having a both stimulatory and inhibitory effects. Stimulatory effects by the cholinergic vagal fibers and inhibitory effect by the secretion of the vasointestinal peptide and nitric oxide substance. And there are also some hormones which causes the constriction of the pyloric sphincters and slow down the gastric emptying. These are cholecystokinase, gastrin, GIP, and secretin hormones. What is the innervation or nerve supply of the stomach? Parasympathetic supply, which stimulates the stomach, and sympathetic supply, which inhibit the gastric motility and secretion. And there are also some sensory supply, which sense the different type of the sensation and travel to the CNS via the sympathetic and parasympathetic fibers. Some afferent fibers provide information about the intragastric pressure, gastric distension, chemical composition, and pH of gastric content, and pain sensation originating in the stomach. All these influences gastric motility. As we have seen, the property of the innervation of the stomach, neural control of the pyloric part, gastroduodenal mucosa properties, property of the gastroduodenal junction, and the parts of the stomach we have seen till now. Now we will see the what is electrophysiology of the gastric motility. Gastric motility is started with the peristaltic wave in the stomach occur at the frequency of gastric slow wave. These peristaltic waves are generated by the pacemaker zones, pacemaker cells located in the middle of the body of the stomach, and the frequency of these waves is 3 per minute. And there are some properties. Gastric slow waves are having a 4 phases, as we have already discussed in previous lectures. It does not have overshoot, and it is a for longer period than the cardiac action potential. The muscle of the stomach contract when the depolarization of these slow waves exceed the threshold of contractions. The force of contraction depends on degree, frequency, and duration of depolarization. कितने डिग्री का depolarization हुआ है, that will decide the force of contraction, power of contraction of the stomach. The antrum of the stomach, action potential spikes occurs in the platyphase. This contraction that results, these action potentials are stronger than contraction that occur in the absence of these action potential. Thank you. Today we will end here only, and in the next lecture we will continue with the type of the gastric motility. Thank you all.